and I don't know. It's you can tell what era it was made in.
I mean, yeah, but is that a bad thing? I mean,
Yeah.
you can tell what era Safety Dance was made in. That doesn't make it a bad song.
Mm. No. I've heard Safety Dance so much at work that I just don't like it anymore.
That's fair. You can tell what era I'm Blue by Eiffel 65 was made, and that doesn't make it a bad song.
No. No, I never said it was a bad song. It's just one of those things that just sounds generically,
Generically, 90s.
yeah.
Was it 90s or was it 80s? It was
I
90s.
think it's
like 90s, early 2000s, around there.
It sounds 80s to me, if I'm being honest. Let me see. It is.
It's always weird to play songs because I feel like a lot of what we listen to.
It's 87.
80s. I feel like back then songs stuck around longer. Like I feel like songs that came out in 87 we're still listening to like in like 2004 or 2008. But like I feel like now music moves so much faster. Oh, it was a train model. I was like, why the fuck?
Yeah, well, it's made rather cheaply nowadays. Most of the stuff that you hear on the radio and whatnot is either old songs that have stuck around and their licensing is cheap, or it's new stuff that's made in GarageBand.
Yeah,
with loop.
A lot of manufactured stuff.
Yeah.
Although even that's not like always necessarily the case. I feel like because there are a lot of artists who are like legitimately very talented artists that are putting in a lot of effort. I just feel like there's so much more like I feel like the music reaches people fast. There's less of a culture around like trying to think of like the way to word this. You know what? Like there's less of back when it was like records and it was like CDs, it was disc tracks. There was like getting a new song was rare. There were only a couple of ways you could listen to a song. Not everybody had an iPod, and even people that did have an iPod, often you would have to still load songs from CDs. But then once like music became a lot more like easily available digitally, I feel like that's where things kind of got to the point where like, okay, music can now move fast, and some of it is still very good music. Like I listen to a lot of bands who are still like putting out like really good punk rock, really good metal. I don't listen to a lot of pop in general, but some places here and there. And there's entire genres that I think are like really good. Like even like you were saying GarageBand. I listen to a lot of electropunk. Electropunk is almost entirely made in GarageBand. Electropunk is really good, and there's a lot of effort put into it.
I never said that GarageBand itself is bad.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I did say that, and that's not what I meant.
You were more making the point that there's a lot more like manufactured music out there, which tends to be made in GarageBand. It's not necessarily an insult on GarageBand itself, though.
No, well, I more so meant that a lot of the songs you hear nowadays, are composed of like GarageBand loops, and some of them are even just pre-built into GarageBand, and they just play that.
I don't remember what the group was, but there was a comedy music group that had like one of the like old like comedy stand-up music groups. They had a song called Four Chord Song that was making fun of the fact that like all popular music now is made of the same four chords. Yeah, it's like music's been solved to a point.
Yeah.
Well, this music's nice. So yeah, you do end up with like a lot of just like I feel like pop music especially suffers from it, where stuff is just like cranked out with like the solved system, and you know like you see it in like rock music and punk rock music a lot too, but I feel like there's a lot more. Not necessarily that there's more iteration there, but it is less commercialized.
Yes.
Which one of us wants to take this one?
I'll do it. This is the voice I would have given Blue if we were playing Fire Red, Leaf Green.
Okay.
Who are you? My name is Blue, and I really like the movie Shrek 2, although it was short-lived. Thanks to Shrek 3. Anyway, take a good look around you. A volcano erupts, and just like that, a whole town disappears. We can go on winning and losing in Pokemon, but if nature so much as twitches, I'll watch Shrek again in a second. But the way it is, anyway, I'm still a trainer. If I see a strong opponent, it makes me want to battle. So maybe you should go to the Viridian Gym and battle me. Maybe I'll see a strong opponent there.
See how the YouTube algorithms handle that one.
The trick is to start playing other copyrighted music, and then we'll get copyright deadlocked.
Yeah.
So then it won't know who to distribute our ad revenue to, and no one gets it.
We just constantly at all times simultaneously every copywritten song ever is playing very quietly in the background of our Let's Plays.
I know, do you watch Yamfa?
No.
Very good YouTube channel. They do challenge runs for a lot of the Dark Souls games, Skyrim, some other stuff. But they use the copyright deadlock in their favor because their videos always get copyright claimed. They created they commissioned a song, published it, and then play it at the end of their video so that they always copyright claim themselves.
Oh.
And they actually get
That's
some money.
Oh, we got an encounter here.
We still need a legendary.
Yeah, we can maybe get 2 encounters here. In relation to like what we're talking about of like just types of genre, like types of music that people give a lot of shit to, like Rick Astley song, All Star. Oh, I forget her. Hold on. Another band that I see get a lot of shit that I think we are both big fans of. We don't have a love disc, do we?
Clan Pearl, and I don't think so.
Yeah, what was it? Love disc. Okay. That's what I'm getting here. A band that I gets a lot of the same shit, that I know we are both big fans of. Crush 40.
Oh yeah.
And like all of the like, you know, like people call it like butt rock all the time, and maybe that's fair to a certain extent, but Crush 40 I feel is really good. They don't deserve the shit they get. A lot of their songs are, you know, maybe not like maybe there's not like a ton of lyrical depth to them. Like they're not telling like a story with this music, but like the music itself is very pleasant to listen to. It sticks in your head. It's got a groove to it. They pair it very well. Like they're very good at pairing to Sonic so that it, you know, plays well to the vibe of those games.
They actually just showed off a trailer or a teaser for the new Sonic game, kind of teasing they're teasing the band behind it. And it's not Crush 40, but it's kind of similar.
Well, what's the
not really. It's not really similar. It's kind of more
Is that game
electro
going to
pop.
be good?
I don't think so.
Cause like Sonic is so, I was gonna say hit or miss, but that's not. That gives
I don't think that's true anymore.
That gives an unrealistic depiction of his ratio. really it's hit or miss or miss or miss or miss or miss or miss or miss. Like for every like 15 misses they have, they get 1 hit. At least in terms of actual quality of the game. I think we
They're kind of similar to any of the Blumhouse movies.
Oh yeah, we were just talking
if you know about that.
We were actually just talking about me and Vicky were just talking about. Oh wait, this isn't Blumhouse. What am I thinking of? We're talking about Fear Town USA, which is a trauma movie, which is kind of the same thing. Or at least in terms like they have the same ratio of like quality stuff to crap stuff. If you don't know, what was the name of the studio? I just said it. I just said it to you. What was it? Anyways, that studio, whatever the name that I said previously, I literally said it like 10 seconds ago. They're a college, or like they're a studio that produces films for a specific college for student filmmakers. And so there is a wide range in quality. I mean, like, the quality of the actual production is always shit. But the wide range in quality of the writing is more the point. And a lot of the writing is really crap. Feartown USA is actually quite funny all throughout. There's a couple of jokes throughout it that I think are kind of punching down in certain ways and are kind of problematic. Like there's some jokes that are not necessarily directed at this, but are kind of insulting to the transgender community. There's some jokes about pedophilia here or there. But aside from those, the rest of the movie is top-notch hilarious. And I was quoting it to Vicky all weekend. There's one scene where the whole thing is it's kind of like do you remember like epic movie and superhero movie, like those stuff?
Yeah.
Or, like, scary movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that style of like it's making fun of a genre of movie. They're making fun of like the camp slasher genre movie. And what this scene is there's a bunch of campers like sitting out, hanging out by a lake called Lake Blood. And one of them goes, why do you think they call it Lake Blood? Do we have a Zigzagoon?
I don't think so.
Oh. Anyways, they're sitting camping out, and like, why do you think they call it Lake Blood? And then there's like this crazy guy with an eye patch and overalls right there who came out of nowhere and just goes, oh, y'all want to know? Oh, it's I quoted it wrong at first. No, it's, oh, y'all want to know about Lake Blood? And proceeds to go into this like unhinged rant talking about like the history of Lake Blood, and it's like all setups of like something that sounds like it's gonna be the setup to the horror movie, and then it just works out fine. He's like, there was a couple of pilgrims moved up here way back when, but they moved into Apache territory, and Apaches weren't too happy about that. Weren't too happy at all. Of course, they got over it, and the two people came together and formed an inseparable bond. And like goes on that for a while. Then it goes to talking about the lake and talking about people seeing things at the lake, and like, and they could see out on the lake an apparition. Could it have been maybe just a blanket out on some tree branches, or was it the ghost of a woman crying out, "My babies, my babies"? It was a blanket caught on some tree branches. Or was it? Yes, it was. Or so you would think. And you'd be right for thinking so, because that's what it was. And I mean, see some of the tree branches out there right now. It's just a lot of jokes like that are super. This would be a more fitting thing to call Sonic.
Yeah.
And the other one would have been a more fitting thing to call Lake Blood, but we're gonna mix it up here. I want to call it Lake Blood. One of my other favorite bits of it is there's a bit when they're at a party. Two more bits from this. One, there's a bit where the whole thing revolves around this party of St. Blevins Day. There's this bit where they're at this party, and there's this psychic that's trying to like tell people's fortune, and then they freak out and they're like, I sense a great evil nearby. And everyone's like, something's in this room. Something powerful, evil, maybe even the devil himself. And everyone's looking around like, who could it be? Who's the source of evil? I don't know. And then the one guy's like, I'm pretty sure it's this dude. And it cuts next to him, and there's a guy in a full devil's outfit that just goes, what? No, why would it be me? He's like, look at how you're dressed. No, I'm just a normal dude. Okay, what's your name? It's the devil. Everyone, it's spelled differently. That bit's super funny. And there's another bit where there's this dude, one of the main characters are where like the whole bit is like he pissed his pants one day, and then everyone made fun of him for being the guy that pissed his pants throughout like all of their school life, or at least that's how he perceives everyone makes fun of him for having pissed his pants. He goes to the party and tries to get in, and he's told he's not allowed in. He talks to the host of the party, and he's like, oh, what, you won't let me in because I pissed my pants that one time? And he's like, oh no, actually I don't have any problem with that. I'm not letting you in because, you know, there's a lot of girls at this party that you make uncomfortable, and also you kind of have a smell about you that none of us are super cool with, and also just like deep down you as a person, like deep down in your soul, I do not care for. He just like goes into like all of the like actually personal failings of this guy rather than just like the piss pants thing. God, that movie's so funny. Anyways.
Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic.
I
Yeah.
don't think so I'm in agreement with most people. I don't think the new one's gonna be good. I kind of dropped off Sonic around when I think the last game I purchased and played was Sonic Mania. And then Sonic Forces came out, and I'm like, yeah, this is definitely not for me.
Honestly, I think a lot of the problem with Sonic is they have not figured out how to make moving fun in those games. And like this, you know, people said it a lot when the Spider-Man games come out, and I don't think it's everything to a game, but I do think there's truth to it. Is any time a game can make moving around the world fun, you're going to have a very fun game on your hand. You're gonna have a very good game on your hands. Swift Swim, Gluttony. Gluttony is actually interesting because that's the ability that's like actually competitively viable on Lanoon. But like Sonic is a game that's all about moving at high speeds, so it should be fun to do so, and it really isn't. Like moving around the world in those games is always the worst part. And if they can figure out how to fix that in Frontiers, in like an open world Sonic game, I think it'll be really good. Do I have faith that they'll be able to do that? Fuck no.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, like, we have a Golduck, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Pretty sure we do.
The thing about it is, like, at its core of like what you think Sonic should be about, and do we have a Shroomish?
I don't know.
I don't think we do. Because I probably would have pushed for it on the team if we did. Well, you got one for this. What's related to the current conversation we have that we haven't already used?
I don't know.
Trauma Films. That's what it was. That's what was the name of the studio was. Trauma Films. Sorry, it was just I suddenly remembered it. Yeah, no, like Sonic, like it feels like an open world should be like a slam dunk, the perfect match for a Sonic game. But given their track record of not knowing how to do not knowing how to make the whole point of Sonic fun, I don't know that it will be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust them.
Open world games are the games that like moving around the world is the most important thing for them. If the world's not fun to move around, the game's dead in the water. So if they do it well, it'll be really well. But they are not good at doing that well, and they've backed themselves against a wall on this one.
Yeah.
What do you think about just calling him Kyle?
Sure.
Calling her Kyle. I'm not gonna back out and name it Kylie. This is Kyle. Okay, we got 2 more encounters. No, 1 more, because the bottom part of the forest route is also the top part of the forest route. I always forget about that when I'm playing through Nuzlocking. Son of a bitch. I was hoping we were done with your shit. Yeah, I would like a Sonic game to be good, but I don't think it's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't wish for them to be bad. It's just I don't expect them to be good.
Yeah. I'm sure there will be a lot of really cool Let's Plays of it that I'll watch. They'll probably be like, I started watching Game Grumps a little bit more. Again, I'm sure there'll be a really funny Game Grumps Let's Play I'll watch, but
I think I have to say I think Sonic Boom really killed Sonic. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Sonic
that's
Forces
kind of
was received well. I mean, comparatively.
Comparatively, yeah. I mean, it's not a broken, buggy, fucking mess.
Yeah.
It's buggy, but it's not nearly as buggy as Sonic Boom.
There was also another game that came out, one of the 2D Sonic games, that was made by like a bunch of people that were hired on that were like fans of classic Sonic.
Yeah, that was Sonic Mania.
Mania? Did that came out after Boom, right?
That came out after Boom. That is true. They
3D Sonic might be dead.
Those were so that crew was hired on to make Sonic Mania. And because they actually were an internal team that were working on making the ports of the Sonic games for mobile devices and some of the remasters that they released for the older games.
Yeah.
So I always forgot that Blue took over Giovanni's gym.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just assume.
Who should we lead?
I don't know why. It makes total sense.
Because his gym is all ace trainers. There's no type specific.
Yeah, I would put maybe Trunks up front. Trunks is pretty safe. ENIAC's a pretty safe bet too.
Honestly, I was gonna say keep ENIAC because like ENIAC has, I mean, only slightly more coverage, but he does have more coverage. Defon's kind of has more coverage, but Defon's also there's more things that I would be worried to switch it out. Like I would feel we would have to switch out on. So, you definitely don't remember how to do this one, dude.
Nope.
Don't you? Yeah. This way. My thoughts on the Sonic games. Like, I feel like when it comes to quality of the games, Boom definitely should not be the like silver bullet that finally killed Sonic, because there were so many other games that were if not as bad, nearly as bad as Boom.
I think that's where it starts to me to go downhill.
I think
but
the thing I think is like the thing about it is it's not the quality of Boom that sunk it. It's the fact that Sonic was lame and corny in Boom. Because, like, even in 06, when Sonic was at its arguably buggiest outside of Boom, Sonic was cool. Air quotes.
I don't know. That's the one where he kisses a human girl.
Well, that's the one where a human girl kisses him. He was asleep at the time.
He was a corpse, I thought.
An important distinction. But Shadow was cool. Sonic was relatively cool for a lot of it. Silver was really cool, and like the story still like it wasn't campy. And Sonic Boom was camp, which is not what you look for in Sonic. Because like the
No. Also, I
the
think
selling point-
if you walk left here.
Where now, Magic Man?
That's a great question.
Not there.
Up.
Up.
Yep.
Like the selling point of Sonic is that he is cool and like his personality. So the fact that they completely gutted his personality and did like Saturday morning cartoon, but like not the good like the new Saturday morning cartoon where
I don't know. I think it worked well for the Saturday morning cartoon they made of it.
I think the cartoon sold well. I think like nobody found the story of Sonic Boom compelling or fun.
No, and that's partially because of. I mean, I've looked at a lot of internal stuff with that game, and a lot of other games too. For those of you at home, I do video game design. So I like looking at. Yeah, that's the right way. I like looking at this stuff. But
which in fairness to this debate, I do as well. We were both. You were a game design major.
I know.
I was a computer science with focus in game design. You were a game design major, right? Or were you the same as me?
No, I
CS
was
with
major.
focus? Okay.
It was my major. But and I'm not saying you don't know this stuff. But the main issue that they had when making it was they would come up with a lot of stuff. It was a American-based team. They'd come up with this stuff, and Sega would say, actually do this instead.
Yeah, the designs. I
then,
remember that design stuff got.
Sega would say, do this instead, and then they would change it according to Sega, and Sega would be, actually, we don't like this. Like Sonic has to die immediately as he touches water. That was a very specific change that they came out and said. They had designed like other characters. They were going to be like inventors or something like that to help create devices for them to progress through the story. And Sega came down and said, "Oh, hey, actually, you can't do that because according to the Sonic Bible, only Eggman and Tails can do that."
Yeah.
So you have to come up with something else. And I guess that one's actually kind of fair when it comes to branding. But like they would come in and micromanage a lot of stuff. That's the big problem was the separation between them. But to be fair, that company is still around. Sonic Boom didn't kill them. They make other games.
And also, like, to be fair, like, yeah, that is like a big factor and a big problem in it. But I do also think it is fair.
What do we do here?
I know what we do. It is fair to say that like that definitely didn't help.
Yeah, there you go.
But also the core campiness of how campy the story was written and how like corny the jokes were. I think that seems like it was too core to not have been intentional on their part.
think the game was just buggy as all hell, and
I think that is a very bad part of it. I just think Sonic is always kind of buggy and glitchy as hell in a lot of his games. But
that one was really bad.
The factor of those games has always been Sonic, like the story is kind of cool, Sonic is kind of cool. There's like epic crescendos in it, and that was entirely absent in Boom. So it was, some of the worst bugginess mess Sonic has ever been, and they failed on the thing that Sonic normally does good at.
I guess that's fair, because I mean the original Sonic was sold on a bug. Blast processing, that's not a thing.
Yeah. Do you want to voice? You were voicing Blue, right?
Yes. What voice? Oh, I remember now.
Okay.
Yo, you're finally here. We can watch my favorite movie. I wasn't really in the mood at Cinnabar, but now I'm ready to. Wait, you want to battle me? Because you battled all the gyms in Johto? Ah. Johto's gyms are pretty pathetic. Hey, don't worry about it. I know if you are good or not, but seeing how much you like Shrek 2.
Alright, so we're gonna battle Blue now.
Yeah.
This is the part where we just put Shrek 2 over the entire gameplay.
No, we're not gonna be that extreme. I thought he was gonna lead Pidgeotto. This is still kind of fine for us because I don't think an Earth Power would kill ENIAC.
No, I don't think so. Earthquake might. We won't shot anyway.
Power would hurt worse than Earthquake because I believe that one is. Hey, I guess he is ground type then because we only fought one trainer and they were all ground type. This definitely wasn't how he was in the original game. I think this was a Drayano change.
Oh yeah, because the other Mons in the gym were ground type too.
Yeah, the only two other Executor. So there's the change. Waterfall won't hurt that. If we didn't have choice, we could have killed it with Ice Punch. I don't know. I think just like Sonic in general, like the premise is hard to deliver on. In fairness, it is hard.
Yeah.
Like the faster
it can move,
the less control you have. And not having control is never fun in a game. Well, that is annoying. Not having control really sucks in games. Moving fast makes you have less control. So the premise of Sonic makes it less fun the more extreme you go into the premise. You don't want to pull back because then there goes the dissonance of, I'm Sonic, I'm supposed to be moving fast. Why am I not moving fast? And that annoys people. But if you go forward too much with it, it becomes difficult to control. You can start patching in stuff like the quick time events to make you feel like you're going fast, while still having some semblance of control. That's been done effectively at times with Sonic, but I think overall isn't received super well. At least not universally received well. I think some people really like quick time events. I really like quick time events. Not everybody does.
No way! How did you give Shrek 2 a 1 on Rotten Tomatoes? Fine. Here, take this. It's the Earth Badge.
I actually think Shrek 2 is better than 1.
Same.
Yeah.
It's one of those weird cases where the sequel is very much better than the original.
And better than the third movie, I feel.
Oh, I mean, it's hard to be worse than the third movie.
Yeah. Wasn't the third movie about him finding King Arthur?
Yeah, and like King Arthur is like his son or something.
Yeah. No,
he's trying to overcome his like issues being a dad or something. So he treats King Arthur like his son.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and it was bad. They have like high school jokes in it. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, there was a joke about
Prince Charming's
there was like a mace joke where someone had like an actual mace instead of pepper spray.
I know they joke about weed as well. There's a weed joke in there somewhere.
There's actually a weed joke in Shrek 2, to be fair.
It's there.
Yeah, there's when they get arrested.
Oh,
They pull out a pouch of catnip and they ask, "Where did you get this?" He says, "I swear, I was just holding it for a friend." I don't remember the one in 3. There might have been one in 3, but I feel like you might just be remembering the one from 2.
No, there is one in 3. I don't remember it very well. I just remember it coming up, and I'm like, oh, okay. And the delivery was really bad. Delivery on that one's good because they're like watching.
They're on cops.
They're watching TV, and yeah, they're on cops. They get pepper sprayed. They grind pepper in their eyes.
Yeah, that was really good too.
Yeah, they're
that
watching
was also better than the pepper spray. Man, they had a weed joke in 3 and a pepper spray joke in 3 that were both worse than the equivalent jokes of 2.
Yeah.
Wow, they really ran out of ideas.
Yep. Yeah, they just recycle. They recycle jokes. That's what you do after a while.
Yeah,
That's
there was-
if you ever watch an episode of The Simpsons, I guarantee you they've done that joke at least 20 times by now.
Or what do you mean that joke hasn't just in general whatever joke you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
I think Family Guy does the same thing a lot too.
Yeah, they do.
All Family Guy I've ever watched has been against my will. Who do we give Rock Climb to? I think it is a rock type move in this. He's got strength. He's got waterfall and surf. He's got fly. We could give it to Bird again in place of, I guess, Flare Blitz?
I would replace Flare Blitz, yeah. Or
what does Trunks have? Trunks has Curse, Leech Seed, Seed Bomb. Nah, all those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess get rid of Flare Blitz. I gotta hear a case for Blaze Kick is 90 accuracy, as is High Jump Kick, as in Rock Climb's 85. Maybe get rid of Blaze Kick instead and keep Flare Blitz.
The problem is that recoil. Birkin's already very frail.
I mean, it's not that frail. 125 isn't bad.
Yeah.
We could get rid of Bulk Up. Just use the X items.
Yeah. Yeah, bulk up we don't need anymore.
Well, that's everything in this game aside from Mount Silver, right? And like the legendary stuff.
Yeah.
I guess we're sitting at 37 minutes. We could end this recording here, or we could try to get a legendary encounter. I don't know. Which one do you want to do?
Oh, let's call it here. Save it for next time.
Yeah, we'll do legendary encounter first part of next time, and then maybe after that we'll do a we'll go to Mount Silver.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll find the legendary on Mount Silver. That's I guess it for our second to last recording session of this Nuzelock. I mean, is probably right.
Yeah.
I can't imagine we're gonna take more than 2 episodes to finish this at this point.
Yeah, I think the next one might be it.
Yeah. It's been a fun run. What are we gonna play next after this?
That's a great question.
We should figure that out. Next time on Should we have an outro?
That was our outro.
Okay.